Welcome, travelers of the unknown, to this corner where shadows whisper and the past refuses to rest. Today I will recount a tale that has slithered along the fringes of human memory, a legend that clings to dark forests and broken minds. This is the fascinating story of the Witch of Oblivion, a tale that not only arouses curiosity but also kindles a fear that seeps under the skin like the chill of an open grave. In a forgotten village, squeezed between twisted hills and a river of murky waters, the inhabitants lived under an unspoken rule: never mention what lurked beyond the old bridge. The bridge, a structure of decaying wood, marked the boundary between the safety of the village and the forest of weeping willows, a place where even light seemed to suffocate before touching the ground. No one crossed it, not out of fear of getting lost, but because of what might be found. It was said that there, among the gnarled trunks and the broken song of crows, she dwelled, the Witch of Oblivion. She was not a figure from children's tales, nor a stooped old crone with warts and a raucous laugh. No. She was something else entirely. The few who claimed to have seen her spoke of a tall silhouette, shrouded in tatters that floated like mist, and eyes that never blinked, hollow as a bottomless well. But her appearance was not the worst part. It was what she left behind, a void that devoured memories, names, and faces, until the victim no longer knew who they had been. The story began to weave itself with the disappearance of Clara Mendizabal, a young woman with a restless gaze who, in 1897, decided to cross the bridge. Clara was different. She feared neither gossip nor reproachful stares. She claimed that the forest held answers and that the whispers everyone pretended not to hear were a call. On a waning moon night, with the air heavy with moisture and omens, Clara ventured into the thick of it. No one stopped her. No one dared. The following morning, her younger brother, Tomas, found her tattered shawl hanging from a branch at the edge of the bridge. But there was no trace of Clara, no footprints, no cries, not a single sign of a struggle. Only the shawl remained, and something else, a sweet, cloying scent, like decaying flowers, that clung to the throat. Tomas vowed to search for her, but upon returning to the village, something in him had changed. His words became clumsy, and his eyes wandered without focus. In the days that followed, he could no longer recall his sister's name. Weeks later, he couldn't even remember that he had ever had one. The villagers tried to forget, as they always did. Yet the disappearances did not cease. Every few years, someone would cross the bridge, a curious hunter, a desperate mother, a child chasing a stray ball. And all returned, or at least their bodies did. Empty. Human husks that smiled without reason, unable to recognize their loved ones. Oblivion spread like a silent plague, and with it the myth of the witch grew. The elders whispered that she was not human, that she had emerged from the forest itself, a punishment for a sin that no one recalled. Others claimed she was an echo, a fragment of something older and hungrier, trapped in that forgotten corner of the world. But everyone agreed on one thing: crossing the bridge was inviting her into your mind, tearing you apart piece by piece until nothing remained. In 1923, a stranger arrived in the village. Calling himself Ezekiel Vara, he was a man with a sharp face and trembling hands, obsessed with the occult. He carried a notebook filled with scribbles and clippings, convinced he could confront the witch and tear her secrets from her grasp. The villagers looked upon him with disdain, yet they did not stop him when he crossed the bridge at dusk, a lantern in one hand and an iron cross in the other. Ezekiel did not return empty-handed. At dawn, he was found sitting in the square, his gaze fixed on the horizon. The notebook lay beside him, its pages torn out except for one. In it, written in trembling script, he had inscribed, "It is not a witch. It is a hole. It drinks us in." From that day forward, he spoke no more. He only hummed a broken melody, a sound that chilled the blood of those who heard it. What was the Witch of Oblivion? A vengeful spirit? A nameless force? Or something worse, something that defies understanding because our minds are not built to contain it? The forest still stands there, on the other side of the bridge, waiting. The willows continue to sway, even when there is no wind. And on the darkest nights, they say you can hear a soft, hypnotic chant calling the imprudent to cross.